Hey guys, welcome back to World of Warships. Today we're taking a look at the Vanguard, a ship I've literally never played before, so this is going to be interesting. Ship Request is the series we're doing today, where in the comments down below, you get to decide what ship I play next. Last time, it was Dunkirk, but I wanted to do a more dedicated video on that ship, thanks to it being the Black Friday Battle Pass reward. So the second most upvoted was Vanguard. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm very interested to see how this ship plays, since I really just have not taken a look at it before. As always, comment down below this video whatever you want to see me play next week. Most upvoted, of course, is what I will do. This ship, though, is kind of awkward, I would say, at tier 8. It's rather large. 32 millimeters of armor everywhere, so potential for overmatch if we get up tiered into those tier 10s, although that's not a huge deal at tier 8 for the most part. But the big issue is our firing angles. These main guns have like a 43 degree firing angle, so we got to show a lot of broadside. And when we do that, we have a slightly above water citadel. Don't worry, not all of this red part is citadel. I was a little worried when I first looked at the armor viewer, but no, it is just the lower part, so it's not too bad. Fortunately, we have a nice buff to this ship's heal. Not only does it cool down much faster, so we get a 60-second cooldown base, it also heals back a little bit more than a normal heal would. It's no super heal, but it's a little bit more. And crucially, we heal back 33% citadel damage. So even though we got to expose a lot of broadside and might take citadels, we heal that back much better than a standard battleship, which only gets 10% of citadel damage healable. So it's still going to be a little awkward, but not quite as bad. We get a nice HP pool. Over 70k is monstrous for tier 8. There's a lot of tier 10s with certainly some more gimmick heavy tier 10s that are around this HP level or near enough. So to get this much at tier 8 feels very good. Also 9.7 second rudder. I'm not even running rudder mod. That's amazing. That is so nice. It's going to be nice and agile. So sure, we got to expose a lot of broadside, but we should be able to get angled in time. 25-second reload on these 381 millimeter guns. And a decent fire chance along with a nice HE alpha. So of course, we're going to be running gun feeder. We want that shell swap time, allowing us to use both ammo types when it makes sense. Grease the gears is always going to be nice on ships that do need to use their rudder a lot. I'm going to be a little greedy. Maybe not the best build, but I'm going to greed it out here for super heavy AP Furious. Might not be the best idea, but we'll try and make it work. Adrenaline rush, and then just trying to go for extra heals and concealment. Notably lacking fire prevention, but I'm not expecting to brawl with this ship anyway. Given the armor, the size of this superstructure, I mean, look at this thing. It is monstrous. So I expect to take quite a bit of damage at closer ranges. So we're going to play it as a mid-range ship. The accuracy should be pretty good. Battleship dispersion with 2.0 sigma. Took a look at Turpits, and that one has 1.8 sigma 380s. So we're going to see if that sigma difference there helps us out. 25-second base reload is very, very nice as well. 20 kilometers of range, no spotter though to help us out. And I'm pretty sure the AA is trash, so shouldn't be much of a surprise though, considering how things are these days with carriers. But let's jump into some games and have some fun today. Wow, these firing angles are so bad. That's going to be interesting to try and use. I'm not very familiar with this ship, though. I've seen people describe it as a tier 8 Warspite, almost like a Thunderer tier 8, perhaps. Maybe less so that one I've seen people say, but certainly tier 8 Warspite. And I'm not sure I see the comparison necessarily. Warspite has overmatching guns at its tier, where Vanguard has, I would say, small caliber guns for its tier. 406s to me feels like the tier 8 battleship caliber. Maybe that's unfair, since we do get a lot of these 380 millimeter guns at tier 8, but I'm so used to the old days. I'm a bit of a WoW's boomer, I suppose. Played the game back in the day when it was only Japanese ships and American ships. North Carolina and Amagi, both having 406, 410 millimeter guns. So that's kind of what I associate with tier 8s. And This does lack a bit of that overmatch that we would like to see against some of the cruisers. 27 mil plating will bounce our shells if it's angled sufficiently. But we have good HE, I think, so it shouldn't be too bad. But we gotta give so much broadside, man. 20 kilometers of range is nice, but not quite enough for this game. We're gonna just play it a little bit slow. Might have to go support A in this case, but we're reasonably quick, at least. I mean, the rudder's pretty nice there, I gotta say. Prop mod as well, helping us out a ton. And we'll just try and HE down these battleships. I mean, it's just such a blowout, though. I don't know. No follow-up fire, too bad. Yeah, this rudder is really nice, guys. Sure, the firing angles suck, but that rudder is gorgeous. Allowing you to dodge so much incoming fire. Games like this happen frequently enough that... What do you do? Like, what do you do? What do you do? You know, there's just nothing, there's nothing here. I don't know. Probably shouldn't even include this in the video, but maybe I will, just to show you what the real gameplay experience is like sometimes. I mean, let's try again. So probably not the ideal matchmaker for a tier 8 battleship, getting into some tier 10, although it's not too bad. Double sub, though, hurts. No carrier to deal with, though, fortunately. And Vanguard feels pretty good, I'll be honest with you. The rudder shift here is amazing. We're going to see us dodge a lot of incoming fire that way. And sure, the Citadel is a little more exposed than I would necessarily like, but that's really nice to have that sub 10-second rudder. It feels like just a gigantic cruiser in that regard. And we also have that Citadel repair, of course. That is a very aggressive cruiser position, considering there's like 2 of them in this game. Are you going to do the full turn, or are you coming back? We can be patient. Although, we're detected already. There's a Jaeger here. Okay, fair enough. Don't want to eat Citadels from these guys, but I'd love to get a shot in on this guy, if he's going to turn in like that. Alright, let's try there. And then we're on to the AG. And we got to angle. We'll play it a little passive. Los Andes, spooky. Preußen, spooky. 3 overpens is unfortunate, but I did aim quite high for him to turn broadside like that. Okay. Shells often go low when people are turning like that. Unfortunately, they did not this time. This HE should be very nice into these battleships, though. 95 mil pen is substantial. That is a very, very good number to have. And 8.3k with a fire onto a Preußen. Yeah, British HE, guys. It's a nice benefit that this ship has, allowing you to up tier a little bit easier than a lot of other ships might, I suppose. Los Andes, those Pan-American battleships certainly do love to drift around, so got to be a little aware of that. Preußen's still on fire. Yeah, don't quite get the hits there we would want. That's okay. It's reasonably quick, too, the Vanguard. And our concealment's not bad. 12.6, I want to say. Only 10 kilometers on that ASW there. Let's try for the Preußen again. Even though he's already on fire, we can still get some nice alpha damage hits in on him here. Yeah, a little bit, not bad. Hoping this Santander gets detected again, maybe a reversing out here. That would be very handy. Their battleships are already kiting, so I don't mind pushing a bit here, although I don't want to push in front of a Jaeger. Don't quite have the range at the moment. Unfortunately, we were on the APs, so this isn't going to do quite as much. If I had the HE, he might have been dead. Nice work, team. Good stuff. I'll hold the AP for now, just in case Santander. Oh, nice. And Jaeger spotted leaving. Good. So now we can actually push a little bit more. We don't want to push spawn. Oh, he went back that way. HE or AP? I think we'll stick on the HE. And I'm going to turn in, actually, here. Don't push enemy spawns. Not in this case. The Jaeger got away. He could easily come back around and then torp us out here. And we would much rather go back and take A, support B. Our team does appear to be losing the C cap quite hard. So we got to get up there and support them. That's where the extra speed on the Vanguard will be very, very nice. Relative to some tier 8 battleships. Looking at you, Analt, as well, behind us. Tennessee as well, recently. There's some very, very slow battleships at this tier. And Preussen is shooting us, but our rudder shift is crazy, so we don't really ever have to be giving full flat broadside, ideally. And 71,000 HP feels very, very nice for a tier 8 battleship. Los Andes pushing in. Our HE ought to do some good things. Look at how much broadside we have to give. Preussen shot us at the worst possible time for us, but a little turn in, a little slow down, turn in. And we're angled again. No problem. I don't want to eat Los Andes secondaries, though. I'll be honest with you. He might turn out. He's on the HE still. Yeah, he turns away. Which is fair. Okay, good. We got ourselves a fire on him. Slow down, turn in. Preussen on the HE as well now. Wow. They want to burn us down. Little do they know, I have Furious. Although they have to light a fire first, but then we get that reload buff. Very nice. He actually damage controlled the single fire. All right, let's go for him again. Yeah, Jaeger torps. Spooky, spooky, spooky. Can I avoid this one? Nice, there's the Furious proc. Turn! Oh my goodness, look at the rudder, guys. It's very nice to have such a strong rudder shift. But yeah, we're pushing into a Jaeger. As always, that's a terrible plan. Terrible, terrible, terrible plan. We'll start up our heal. May as well. One hit. Yeah, we're not hitting very many shells, but the fires burning are just doing enough damage, I suppose. Preussen already on fire, so I don't really want to waste the salvo on him. Let's go after Los Andes this time. And maybe I'll watch this one just to see where my aim point is. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it's okay. Maybe a little overlead. They're just so maneuverable, man. Oh, we do avoid this one. Nice. Brandenburg, oh my goodness, Azaccio Jaeger. Yeah, we don't want to be pushing that. Let's try and help our friendly guys on the Azaccio. That's a terrifying ship to deal with for us. Hits. Yeah, we got one. 2,000 damage. Oh, there it is. Reverse me, please. Get me out of here. Looking like a blowout, though. Unfortunate, guys. Well, I don't know what editing PQ decided, but if he didn't put it in, the first game was an insane blowout in my team's favor. These games are not as interesting. At least when I'm on the losing side, I can actually do some more damage. There's more for me to accomplish in a game like this. Even if I would prefer the games last a little bit longer, you know? I get over that. Well, doesn't matter. He's dead. Nice. We're getting so lucky on these, like, one-hit salvos onto a Preussen for fires. definitely should not be happening as much as it is. Los Andes looks slow, so we'll go there. And this is a risky turn, but I want to shoot all my guns at these guys. He's very slow, in fact. Yeah, I'm still going to get used to these guns. They are different feeling. They should be more accurate than Tirpitz for sure, but some of the salvos are feeling a little awkward dispersion-wise. Could be my aim point as we hit all four there. Okay. Complain and then good things happen to you, I suppose, as always. Hey, another fire. Nice. It is still real. I still don't like this. I still don't like these turret angles, man. They're very annoying. They're so bad. I haven't been keeping track. Where has this Jaeger been? I mean, last known is here, which is kind of terrifying. Although he's not out here, more than likely. So, how do we get into the B cap safely? I mean, my last known was coming this way, so probably we'll see Torps flying past here for both us and the Yamato. Gotta be a little careful with that. Yeah, and we get detected here, so he's probably around here. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Good to know. I hope that turn-in was enough to avoid those torpedoes. Probably not, but we'll see. We'll go to the AP now. I've been spamming HE, I know. But up-tier, angled battleships at range. That's how you're supposed to deal with the Los Andes, Preußen even, to a certain extent. No, he waited. Smart. Although, he's got the worst torpedo RNG I maybe have ever seen. Yep. Prop mod. Save. Save me, prop mod. These are Shima-torps. They're gonna hurt. Go, 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 go. Oh. Easy. Oh, I wasn't even worried ever. Don't worry. We always dodge those torpedoes, all right? No problem. But yeah, we definitely have to get into B somehow. Bounce those, avoid those. I have to risk the turn, actually. We can't just push a Jaeger. I'm going to risk it. 931. Still going to try and juke, but we have to get into B. Oh, unfortunately, Yamato's going to block me. Brother, we got to go get for the cap. It's 9:55. We got to go for the cap. I'll body block, but let's just get the cap, man. That's the objective here. Otherwise, we just lose. I mean, we lose anyway, let's be honest, but we could at least try. You know? Only one. Okay, do we avoid these torpedoes this time? Come on, shift that rudder. Okay, well, we lost anyway. I couldn't get into the cap in time. I mean, blowouts, guys, right? Like, what do you do? It's so demoralizing. There's just nothing to be done. And then as a bottom tier as well, like when you're bottom tier blowout, it's like, why? Why am I playing this? But let's not make this too much of a downer video. That was an okay result, I suppose. I will say the accuracy feels a little bad, but to be fair, I haven't had an opportunity to really shoot at much of anything other than just super angled ships at long range. So I won't complain about it too much. This, of course, is like my second game in Vanguard. The first one, again, being another blowout. So I won't be too hard on the ship, but these turret angles are atrocious. I don't know why it has such bad turret angles. I suppose... When did this ship release? Was this like a pre-2018 ship? Was this like 2017 or something like that? Feels like an older design. Oh my goodness, tier 10 and double sub again. This is what you want to see as a tier 8, right? I can't play all day waiting for the perfect tier 8 matchmaker, guys, unfortunately. So those of you who are Vanguard enjoyers, just know my criticisms are purely based on us not having the best matchmaker, let's say. It's not exactly fair to a tier 8 battleship. The rudder shift is very nice, though, I will say. That feels a lot more like Thunderer in that regard. We don't have the AP, and certainly the HE is decent, but no Thunderer HE. It's not bad, though. It's not bad for a tier 8 battleship. I just think low caliber guns with atrocious firing angles is like a little bit why? It's a lot tankier than I thought, though. We haven't run into too much HE spam, though, to be fair. I've been fighting Los Andes and Preussens kiting in spawn, right? Like, I knew this was gonna I mean, I shouldn't go on too much of a rant here, but it's so sad to see these new battleships that can push, that can brawl, and people just kite an HE spam from spawn with them. It's so sad, man. I kind of knew that was gonna happen, right? Like when I was initially playing those ships in the testing phase or early access phase, I suppose. You know, I was full sending it in, having a blast, but I kind of wondered if this was going to happen, right? You can't really change people's playstyle. You really are an aggressive player or you're a passive player. And playing a ship that can facilitate aggressive play doesn't mean a passive player is necessarily going to push, you know? It's a little sad, though, for me to be in these games and see that happen. I suppose last game it was... They were winning, so of course they didn't have to push, right? We were the ones that had to push. I should have probably pushed sooner. So, my bad, but it's hard, man. It's hard out here playing tier 8 into tier 10. I know Wargaming will never, ever do it. They're constantly talking about queue times and wanting queue times to be faster. And that's something that the average player, the silent majority in this case, is concerned about. So, they'll never do it. But +1, -1 would be huge for the playability of a lot of these ships. Tier 8's my favorite tier, man. A lot of the gameplay at this tier is just purely my favorite to play. And it's really tough into these tier 10 games. I wouldn't mind the tier 10 so much if it wasn't blowouts all the time or as often. Oh, did he not turn? Actually, we got some splash hits. We're going to swap to the HE, of course. I'm going to use this smoke to get up real close to this guy and maybe blast him with some high explosive, although Ognivoy is an interesting target for that as well. Probably should go for that. Oh, look at our Speaking of Los Andes pushing, look at him go.
Torpedoes direct front. Torpedoes to starboard.
He's just full sending his smoke.
Torpedoes dead ahead. Torpedoes to starboard. 3
hits, only 3.7? Bro, I'd be better off shooting AP. Actually, though, better off shooting AP. That's actually a perfect example. Sometimes I talk about that with battleships. I don't always want to be shooting HE at destroyers. And sometimes I don't have a great example. That's a perfect example. Our AP would have done much more to that guy, right? Our AP being 12.5k. We would have got... Actually... It's about the same. It's about the same. In that example, I forgot that our AP shells actually have pretty low alpha damage. But even on a Vanguard, for it to be about the same... You know what? I'm wrong. It's about the same. So no harm in shooting the HE in that case. We have the potential for a detonation, at least this update. And we have the ability to destroy his modules, right? That is good things, but it's so annoying when you destroy the modules and then he just takes very little damage. You would think, I would think 3 HE pens should do more than 3.7k. But maybe my expectations are just wildly too high. 2 hits. I mean, 2 hits, 4k damage. There you go. It's probably a little more like it. Colombo AFK? AFK Colombo? Sure. Give me a fire or two and let it burn, eh? Let's try it. And my depth charge missed. Too bad. Yeah. Whoa, all 7 hit? Or 7 out of 8 hit? Okay. Complaining about dispersion works, guys. You just get good dispersion afterwards. See, maybe that's why we gotta complain. The game rewards you for complaining. We'll try for... oh, he's actually already on fire. Iparanga, only 3 hits there. Probably didn't quite lead that one enough. Is Kearsarge going to go broadside? Is Iparanga going to go broadside? Maybe they will. So I'll swap to the AP next salvo. I do want to show off the AP. I've just been spamming HE. So probably time to go to the AP here. Columbo's off fire, though. Wouldn't mind landing a fire or two. Iparanga's going to go down. So, yes. Actually, wait. I need to stay angled if he's got AP. Do you, sir? No, he's not even looking. Okay. No, he got angled in time. Was that Kearsarge? I thought I would have been angled enough.
Torpedoes direct front.
That was a lot of damage. We're gonna check post screen who that was.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Did Columbo wake up? No, that was Kearsarge, man. I thought I was angled enough. Huh. Wow. Must have eaten some cider. Was it? I don't know. I don't know now. Weird. Here comes the funny airplanes. Can we do the dodge? Actually, maybe. Can dodge some of that. He gets the fire anyway. Alright, HE it is. They're angled. Okay, not great games with Vanguard, alright? Not great games with Vanguard. Not the ship's fault necessarily. It's matchmaker. I definitely will not say it's the ship's fault, but it's disappointing, you know? Although maybe we can get a bit more damage out of this one. Hey, double fire. There we go. I didn't realize how badly our team was losing the other flank. JB shoots us, sure. It's a little greedy to go for, knowing we have JB armor piercing on the way, but he missed, so we're fine. That American damage control immunity time. Oh, I slowed down into these. Whoops. That's my fault. I thought he was going to lead more because he missed last time. Oh, well. I was overthinking it. Full speed. People don't realize Vanguard's reasonably quick, I guess. All right, fire, please. Our Los Andes are both pretty low, unfortunately. Yeah, there's a fire. Good. And now what? Try and finish Kearsarge. He's got a heal. Sure. We have a heal soon as well, which is good. Although Jaeger probably got us with torps.
Torpedoes to port.
Yeah. Oh, the Los Andes body block though? Let's go. Nice.
Torpedoes to port. Direct front.
Whose torps are these?
Torpedoes direct
Should have
front.
turned in. I probably could have got that gap.
We've sprung a leak.
Oh, damage. Shimatorps, I guess. Yeah, I mean, getting blowout after blowout into tier 10 up tier double sub games. I mean, can you blame me for not enjoying myself? That's pretty understandable that that's not a very fun experience. It's not the ship's fault. It's the game. This is the game sometimes. We have an absolute blast in the ship request series sometimes. But to be fair, we don't always have a good time playing this game. It happens, guys. It happens. World of Warships is an online PvP game, and because of that, it just is frustrating sometimes. And it's unfortunate for Vanguard enjoyers who wanted to see me play this ship and have fun in it. It's not the ship's fault, okay? It is not the ship's fault. It is the game. And I do want to include these games. So actually, I might actually include that first game, or at least snippets of that first game as well, just to show you guys that this is a real look at the game. That's what I like about Ship Request, and I want to play it as a few real games in the ship without playing for hours at a time, cherry picking the best games. There's a time and place for that. There is a time and place for that where I want to talk about the strengths and weaknesses of the ship, and I can't exactly do that when the game gives me these matches, right? If I were to criticize Vanguard over these games, that wouldn't be fair, because it's not the ship's fault. That's the game's fault. That's the matchmaker fault. In this video, in these ship request videos, the whole idea is to show how the game is and my enjoyment or lack thereof of playing the game. And I think it's good to have a balance of both the post commentary, where you see more about what I think about the ship, and the live games where I can kind of talk you through my thoughts during a game, and maybe see some of the downsides of playing World of Warships in 2024. Unfortunately, that was this video. I hope it wasn't too much of a downer, though. I hope you enjoyed it still. And as always, comment down below what you want to see next time. Most upvoted, that's what I'll play next week. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.